Hello, my name is JD, and my thesis is that the future of Social Security is only as strong as the leaders we send to Washington. And right now, the hope for it to be available 50 years from now is becoming more bleak by the day. It's almost as if the movie Idiocracy is coming true. If you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. It is quickly becoming a documentary. The reason for this is that Congress makes all of the rules and they control how much money to print. They also control all the government enforcement laws and resources, such as the Federal Reserve, the IRS, the police, the Energy Department, etc. Now, all that would be fine if we sent smart people to Washington, but we don't. After working for the highest levels of government for almost 2 decades, I am convinced we have morons at the wheel. Of course, not everyone in government is dumb, but the vast majority of the elected officials are more concerned with their public image and their careers than the results of their policies. Take gas prices, for example. On day one, Joe Biden passed Executive Order 13990. This effectively stopped all U.S. energy companies from being able to mine energy on public land in America, whether it was oil, natural gas, or coal. The federal government said no more new energy sources unless you own the property. But even then, they put red tape around that as well. And that idea might seem fair to some people at first, but since private companies aren't allowed to own any property in the ocean in America, this effectively meant no more drilling offshore, period, none. Um, so at the same time they stopped American energy companies from producing, the Democrats also started importing record amounts of oil from countries like Russia, um, an economic adversary, you know. In 2021, for example, we imported more oil from Russia than any previous year in our country's history. And if that weren't bad enough, now the geniuses in DC are talking about importing millions of barrels of oil from Iran, another economic adversary. So it's as if they think that other countries' public lands are somehow more worthy of producing energy than our own. Are they? When Joe Biden asked OPEC to produce more oil and lower costs, they said go pound sand. And he has continued to do exactly that to this day. The reason I use U.S. energy policies as an example is because it's just so easy to understand. They banned U.S. energy from producing new energy and set records for importing foreign energy. Stopped American energy, set records for importing foreign energy. So if people can't understand this cause and effect relationship of policies forcing gas prices to go up, 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 then I'm 100% sure they will not be able to understand how increasing energy prices also affects inflation of other industries. And that brings me to the future of Social Security. The same geniuses that can't understand simple ideas like that are also in charge of all government spending and budgeting. All of it. And since the majority of Social Security has already been spent, the only thing that gives me hope for it to be around 50 years from now is that enough people, if enough people keep not voluntarily, involuntarily paying for it and paying into it, politicians will be afraid to take it away from everyone who has already been forced to pay it. So that's my only hope. The last part of this assignment is to say what the most important thing I learned and how I plan on applying it is. I really liked the procrastination TED Talk video by Tim Urban and Modulate. I think moving forward, I'll try to procrastinate less in the future by remembering the instant gratification monkey and the panic monster and forcing myself to choose which one I want driving me when I have important tasks like that. So thanks for this class. It's been fun. Take care.